All right, everybody. Here we go. This was a last minute live stream. I was not intending to do this, but I'm waiting for some results for testing for today and tomorrow's videos. So I was like, maybe I'll go live. Now, the one thing I do want to say about Computex. Now, I don't know why I thought it, but I kind of forgot that Taiwan is almost like a full day ahead of us. And basically what that means is I'm not really going to be able to do things live kind of like the way CES was. So I'll be up a lot later at night. And I'll probably just be recapping Computex the next day. So maybe I'll be doing some more live streams than I thought. I don't know. So today's live stream, I'm going to go over day 0 of Computex, or day 1, however you want to call it. Then we're going to go over some stuff about Zealous, and I'll give you a preview of today and tomorrow's videos. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Matt Electron says lunchtime, and yes, I'm going to be eating after this. This stream will go for about an hour, probably an hour. I don't think I'm going to go any more longer. To everybody else who's joining while listening at work or driving in the car or watching, thank you, guys. And like I said, today we're going to go over Computex first. There's some pretty interesting stuff debuting. Overall, I would say, though, I'm a tiny bit disappointed by everything that I've heard so far. Now, it's only the first day. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the latest Rival Miner Zealous update. And finally, I've got some pretty sweet content for my farm. And I did just deploy my 170HX rig today. And you'll see some videos coming out on that tomorrow. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So we're going to start off with Computex. Now, there were two keynotes first. There was Jensen's unofficial keynote, and then there was the AMD keynote. Long story short, from everybody who went to the NVIDIA keynote, which when I was going to go to Computex, I didn't. There was no way I could get there early, so I was going to be bummed about missing it. But fear not, because literally nothing happened. According to Gamers Nexus, he held a GPU, a 4080, for like 10 seconds. Everybody said it was a snooze fest. It was all AI. And it was basically talking to investors. And for gamers and even miners, there was nothing. Now, AMD had their keynote, right? Let me pull something up on that. AMD's keynote, I did watch live. It was pretty solid. Now, if you were looking for GPUs overall, it would have been disappointing. And it was hard to not feel butthurt, as I had a ticket to this keynote and I couldn't go. After I got tickets for day 1 of everything, I basically realized I couldn't make it. So I just kind of stopped setting anything up. But long story short, the biggest things for gaming that we want, or consumers, there were two big things. The first one was they talked about Zen 5. And I'm trying to find the Zen 5 slides. Let me see if I can find them. The Zen 5 looks pretty cool. Let me find the Zen 5 slides for you guys. It's hard to say what leakers were right, by the way. It looks like we're getting about a 16% IPC uplift, which is a lot less than the 30% that some people were speculating. The top end Zen, the 9950, you're looking at 16 threads, or 16 cores, 32 threads. The max boost is 5.7. Basically, all of these are the same boost, the same max boost, and they have the same core and thread count. So you're looking at a 15% uplift-ish in gaming, which is kind of a letdown. And while I was at first there's no way I'm buying it, I'm not so sure, because I am a disgruntled 7800 X3D owner. And it's kind of wild that I'm saying that, but I'm not happy with mine. And I might be replacing it. The other big thing that was really, really awesome was that they basically have confirmed, they basically have confirmed that they will support Zen 5 socket till 2027, which is incredible. So if you bought a Zen 5, if you have a 650 B650 motherboard, it's going to work for another 3 years. So, like, that's incredible. I think AMD kind of realizes how amazing the Zen 4 socket has done and is still doing as they're releasing more Zen 4 processors. They're releasing the the 50 Zen 4. They're releasing the I'm trying to find them. Images, where are they? Trying to find the new Zen 3 CPUs while we're talking about it. It looks like it's gonna be the, where is it? Trying to figure out I can't find them. Anyway, they are releasing new new AM4 CPUs, which actually don't suck. I can't find them here. I had them on Twitter, but they were pretty solid. I don't know too much about them, but the point is that I'm getting at is they're still supporting AM4, and I have a feeling they're going to support AM5 well over 2027, because for me, motherboards are the worst thing to buy. I get so angry when I have to buy motherboards because they basically just feel like such a waste of money, and it is really, really nice that AM5 socket's going to last as long as it does. Catching up on the comments, Pirate says, I will buy a 9950X on launch, don't care what people say. Yeah, like I said, I think the all-core performance and, like, its work, its multitasking performance will be a heavy indicator for me. But I think I'm going to upgrade from the 7800X3D because I really don't like it. I don't know. I'm just debating. If I could go back, I'm not totally sure that I would have upgraded from the 5950X. And also, I wish I had a shot at buying the 7950X3D, and I didn't, and I kind of regret doing it. So, we will see. And I think it'll be great to test CPU mining as well. But that was kind of the biggest thing out of AMD. They also did talk about their new MI Instinct line. I really need to find... and the biggest thing to know about the MI Instinct... the MI Instinct, the biggest thing to know about those, where can I find? I'm trying to find the slides. I wish I would have taken more notes last night. I honestly didn't think I was doing a live stream today, so I'm kind of winging it. But the MI Instinct is going to be pretty crazy. Okay, so here's a bunch of stuff on the Zen 5 chiplets. So they are going to have more L3 cache, which is good. And I think that's a big deal, which is going to make them a lot better for mining. I do want to point that out. So, like, I don't know if it's worth buying the 7000 series for mining anymore. So that's interesting. I do want to note that the L3 cache is a lot bigger. So I will probably talk about that on mining on, like, another video. But they also talked about the MI Instinct line. And the reason we should take note of that is basically the only reason we're getting Blackwell. Like, if AMD wasn't going to release Instinct this year, I would have kind of felt like Blackwell would have been pushed to 2026, or 2025, but because Instinct is releasing, they are going to push Blackwell and release this year, which is why I kind of feel good about it. Catching up on chat, NerdB says, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm also a little bit under the weather, which is another reason I wasn't sure if I was going to do the stream. But we're here and we're doing it. He says, Zapire says, I upgraded from a 5950X to a 14600K. Best decision for gaming. Well, the 7800X3D is fantastic for gaming. It's just I use this thing for more than gaming. I might move the 7800X3D to my 7900X PC maybe. Or maybe I'll put it in the test bench. I don't know. I got a lot of decisions to make. But... that was the big news from the AMD keynote. Was basically the Instinct and then the new Zen 5 CPUs. Interesting to note, and Moore's Law is Dead talked about it. They didn't talk about price. Some people feel like Intel is going to get their butt kicked this gen. Some people don't. I have no idea, so I'm not even going to bother speculating. Some other interesting things that came out at Computex that I also want to go over. Gigabyte, which I had a meeting with and I couldn't go, unfortunately, is doing some stuff for their AI top line, and it looks like with the stuff they're doing on AI top, I'm on a videocards.com article just to get some pictures. They have some blower 3070 Ti Supers, which are great AI and mining cards, which I found was interesting. And then they also have the AI top motherboards. I'm going to see if I can find anything about those. Let me do a Google search. AI top mother. Again, you guys caught me off guard. Let's see what they... Okay, so the interesting thing you can see is I have a picture from Tom's Hardware. The things I like about the AI top line is it looks like it's definitely going to be designed for consumers, where like this AI top motherboard has... you're going to be able to put a pretty beefy EPIC. It looks like it's an EPIC, or it could be a Threadripper, but I think it's an EPIC CPU, and it's going to be able to take... It's going to have 4x PCIe 16 gigabit slots, and then it's going to be able to take up to 2 terabytes of DDR5. Now, obviously, these are not cheap. The prices are dumb. The prices are actually kind of insane for what they're pairing them with. It looks like for 2 GPUs with all this equipment, it's going to cost like $6,500. And then it kind of goes up the higher you go. I'm not sure if these are 4090s or not. I would think they're 4070 Ti Supers. They're nuts. I don't... For anybody looking, it scales from 6,500 all the way up to 36,000. You know, I don't know if these are going to be worth buying. Obviously, I guess the goal is to make it easier to build like a AI driven workbench, rather than kind of cobbling the components together yourself. So I would assume it will be cheaper just to do it yourself. Whether it's easier or not, stay tuned. But it is interesting that in terms of new GPU news, the AI top stuff is basically all we're getting right now. It looks kind of similar to the Prime stuff that you saw at CES. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if this is all we're getting in terms of GPU news from Computex, like a bunch of rebranded 4000 series, maybe some 7000 series, which makes me think that, you know, later in the year it'll be a lot more interesting, and maybe RDNA 4 doesn't even launch until CES. That would definitely be interesting. Let's see. Zapirate says TRX equals Threadripper. Okay, so it's not EPIC. It's the Threadrippers. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if it was EPIC or Threadripper. Like I said, I kind of just put this stream together last minute. But it's definitely interesting to see. And then another thing I saw that I thought was cool. Asus is doing some more stuff on a Thor. They're doing a Thor 3 power supply. It's going to be 1600 watts. I really like the Thor power supplies. I picked one up used from a recycler, and I use it in my gaming rig. I don't think I'd run without a Thor anymore, as I really like to see how much power they use. I have a Thor 2 model, and I really love it. These pictures look pretty amazing. Like you're gonna end up with up to 6 12-volt high power cables, two 12-volt high power cables, and then you're gonna end up with 6 normal PCIe cables. So you could probably power 4. Well, I don't know if I'd power 4, but you could at least do 2 to 3 4090s on this thing with no problem. I would probably do 3, right? No, maybe 2, but you could do a few 4070 Ti's on this thing, that's for sure, which is pretty sweet. And then Backwards Miner brought up that Sunflower came out with a 2800 watt PSU. I did see that. Thanks for reminding me. I want to go see if I can find the article on that. And Sunflower does some good stuff. Let's see, because I know they announced it at Computex. Let's see. I don't see it anywhere. I'm just getting Sunflowers. I saw that somewhere, and I thought it was pretty cool. But this Asus 1600 watt Thor will be cool. Now, obviously, everything comes down to pricing with all of this stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, it's cool, but is there pricing on it yet? And then, let's see. I found a Computex article for day one. Like, the problem with not being there is you're kind of stuck with what other people put out. So you kind of like know which sites to follow and which bloggers to follow, and then you kind of just like kind of put it all together so other people don't have to. Mesh 7 Wi-Fi routers didn't really interest me too much. Like I said, the AI 3000 series is going to be amazing, but you're looking at like $10,000 plus GPUs, and I did see that there was going to be a new ROG Ally, but I didn't honestly look into it too much. It kind of seems like day one of Computex was a little bit disappointing so far. Nerdbeast asks, what was the pink connector for the Thor? So that, I don't know what that is actually. Let me see if it says it in the article. I'll put articles down below when the stream gets when it gets released afterwards. And they didn't have any pricing or anything. Usually stuff that is announced now would come out, I don't know, before the end of the year is what I would be thinking. But yeah, day one of Computex is kind of a little bit not the most interesting. So moving on, I do want to talk about I do want to go over to mining for a second. The biggest thing though is I think Zen Knot 5 is going to be, or the new 9000 series is going to be amazing for GPU mining. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it does look like we have zealous numbers over here on hashrate.no now, and obviously they don't look that amazing. Now I don't know, I don't necessarily think these zealous numbers are accurate just by like comparing the 170 HXs to what I'm getting on mine. I'm getting way more than what they're showing. So I don't think these numbers are accurate, but it does kind of, even if they're off by like 60%, which probably like, let's just say 65%. If they're off by that much, I mean, a 170 HX, you're talking about it's only making about 45 cents. So like Zell profitabilities have kind of tanked a little bit, which is not bueno. I one of the things I worked on today is I'm deploying my 170 HXs, and I have some good things to say about those. I deployed it in the PCSP $300. Let me pull it up. The PCSP $300 Octominer, and I have some pretty good stuff to say about it. I can confirm, and I'll put it in the next video, that the power readings and the temperature readings and the fans, everything is accurate. Like, it's basically the same as an Octominer X8 or X12, which is really, really nice. And I'm not having any issues cooling these 5 170 HXs. I'm having basically no problems with it, and they're running pretty stable, which is really good. We're catching up on chat. Let's see. Nerdbeast says, I am shutting off for June. I think the heat forecast is pretty high. It will be nice to save money on power. Yeah, I'm with Zell's profits kind of going down. I'm probably looking to shut some stuff off after this cubic epoch, because I'm not having pretty good luck at all. I think I'll be shutting off my BC250s. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure yet. I will be turning off some things. Like, I can run everything no problem in my house, in my shed, but there's just some stuff that aren't worth it, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to be swapping my power rate around or not, which is a pretty big bummer. So we'll see. I definitely feel like it. We're a little bit profitable on things. Obviously, hashrate.no numbers aren't the most accurate, but profitability is definitely taking a hit on a lot of things, which is not fun. So yeah. As far as coming out for content for me, I have a video on the updated Rival Miner with Zealous coming out today. That'll be probably later in the afternoon. And then I have a 170HX video coming out tomorrow. I have mine deployed, and I will be sharing my 170HX source. So I'll be excited about those. It's been a pretty quiet day, which is why I kind of wasn't sure how much I wanted to stream. Overall, like I said, Computex is kind of disappointing. I think the biggest thing, as far as from mining, is the blower cards are always cool, but it just depends on how much they cost. And the Zen IPC gain, let me find it. The IPC gains are actually pretty nice. for the Ryzen 9000, which is pretty cool. It's like, we almost have a double. I'm sorry, the L3 cache, not the IPC. The L3 cache is almost double, so that's really good. So I am pretty excited about that. But there's not too much going on in terms of that. Like, that's probably the best mining news that came out of day one of Computex. Nerdbeast says, Croupman, garage is over 90 with nothing on. Texas heat is no joke. I do not have proper exhaust. I am pretty happy with what I am holding from the Bear. So just letting low. Yeah, look, there's nothing wrong with shutting off. And that might be the subject of a video. My week is pretty filled up as far as videos. And I honestly don't even know if I'll be doing a Wednesday live stream yet. But, let's see. The Pirate says L3 cache is literally the same as 7,000. Not from what I'm seeing. It says the L3 cache is doubled from the I gotta find the comparison, but I thought the L3 cache was doubled, so that would be good. But I could be wrong on that. Like I said, this is just me kind of winging it today. Where was it? I thought the L3 cache. I thought it was gonna be better at mining, honestly. But like I said, I could totally be wrong. But there's just not too much going on in terms of mining and in terms of products in general at Computex day one that we'd get excited for. Michael Cutright says AMD adding 2 more AM4 platform is awesome from a budget standpoint. Yeah, the budget stuff is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing a lot more budget content, especially with AM4. I have a budget system, an AM4 gaming system that I'm building from like a mix of new and really, really old parts that I'm really, really excited to share soon. That might be next week. I don't know. It just really depends. But it's kind of a rough Monday as far as mining goes. Hold on. Ted says no. The L3 cache is the same. It's been the X3Ds have more L3 cache. Oh yeah, I'm probably comparing it to the original one, so that's fair. Thank you guys for telling me that. I didn't really take that into account, so I definitely appreciate that. But it's definitely kind of like pretty quiet as far as mining goes. There's not much exciting. Like if we're looking at profitability on hashrate.no, there's not too much. I mean, there's some exciting stuff going on in terms of AI. Like if you're messing around with Salad, you can be pretty profitable on that right now. But obviously, who knows how long that is going on. And there's Kyla Coin for CPUs. Now, I've heard people are profitable on Kyla Coin, and I heard people aren't profitable. And I was sick as a dog all weekend, so I kind of didn't really do too much with Kyla Coin. If we're just looking at CPUs, it's still showing Zeph is the most profitable. I've stayed on Zephyr, and it's not that profitable. So, I honestly, I don't know, guys. like I got to figure out really fast what I want to do with my farm. And obviously that'll be the source of another video, but like it's definitely difficult to figure out what's profitable right now and what's not. Like you get to the point where when it's not worth keeping 30 series on, you're just kind of like, ugh. Now, 21 cents per 3070 is okay. Now this is not right. Let's see. So now that they have Zealous on here, let's just look in terms of the calculator. So I'm getting like 265-ish right now on the majority of mine at like 110, like 116 watts, give or take-ish. So it shows I'm making 33 cents, which, it's not nothing, and it's definitely worth keeping on. But it's, Sadie sometimes says, Tusky Solo has been treating me okay on CPUs. Yeah, I was looking at Tusky. I never got into it. I was just going to do it with SRB Miner because it was easy. So I might move to that and get off of Zell. Now, I have like one more month of really good mining rates. So I'm kind of like loath to turn, I'm loath to turn off now because I have like another month of really good power. Once my power goes to, I'm basically going to end up with like 13 or 14 cents power. And once it goes to that, right, I mean, I'm going to probably turn some stuff off. You're definitely not going to see the whole farm running, and you're definitely not going to see me spec mining too much. It'll just determine what I can do. So, you know, Nerdby says I was mining KCN, but getting almost no KCN with 7 CPUs was very annoying for me for some reason. Yeah, one of the reasons I didn't get into KCN even in the beginning, I really hate the KCN tokenomics. I think I'm going to move to Tusky later today for my CPUs. I don't know. I have some more CPUs coming in. Let's see. Sorry. Hold on one second. Sorry, I was just checking. I had to check something. So it seems like it could be better. I don't know. I'm just kind of down on mining in general right now. I mean, down might be the wrong word. There's just nothing exciting going on right now. Zapirate says, out of curiosity, look at 30 cents power. You know, if I was at 30 cents power, I would be trying to figure out, like, you're mining for fun at that point. So if we're looking at 30 cents power, you're GPU mining for fun at that point. Like, I don't know what you could be mining that would be remotely profitable. You're mining and holding, basically, and you're using the write-offs. I don't know what the write-offs are in the UK either, but everything is really weird. So, like, Zealous would be negative 31 cents, right? Say you can write off, like, hold on. Say you could write off, like, I don't know, negative 0.31 times 0.20. Like, if you write off, like, 20% of your taxes, then maybe you're at like 15 to 20 cents loss, and then maybe it's worth it at that point. I don't know. Panda, hey, Red Panda, I saw your DM. They actually responded to me and what I wanted. I got everything taken care of that I wanted. And that is interesting to read your response. I would probably like that, Panda. Panda, can I DM you after the stream? Sorry, Red Panda sent me something that I was looking at. Yield mining is what to do. Yield mining is definitely what to do. The only problem, right, is, like, if you're yield mining right now, what coin do you have faith in? I mean, it's hard to kind of have faith in certain coins when you see pump and dumps everywhere. Especially newer coins. Like, and I'm not telling you you're wrong, right? But I don't know. It just seems sometimes where it's hard to keep going. Now that's not to say I'm going to shut off, but, like, especially for people like me who cannot, I have to pay power out of pocket. I've got a lot of expenses in my life, and I can't afford to mine and hodl everything. Now, I'm definitely hodling some stuff, but I kind of have to be very careful about what I do. Zapirate says to Red Panda, I need you to disassemble a BC250 front and back, send high-res pics. Ha, that's interesting. I actually might be shutting off my BC250s. I don't really like where they're going right now in terms of me. I had a really bad week on on Cubic. So that I felt like the first bad week was going to kill it for me, even though I've had good weeks before. But I don't know. Maybe they just stay on till the end of my 10-cent kilowatt hour. We'll see. Matt Electron says, GPU's off, CPU's on for me. That's interesting. And then Kyla Coin is up 40%. That's pretty cool. How much is can someone who's mining Kyla tell me what a 3900X is making on it? Let's see. But you knew there was going to be some kind of pump on Kyla Coin. It's up 46% over the last 7 days. Let's see. Can someone give me how much you're getting a day on Kyla Coin? Let's see. Getting 0.0002 for 7 CPUs. He said 0.000. Jock, let's see. Who said that? NerdBeast said zeros, 3 zeros and a 2. So Nerd Beast, we're going to put this in and see how much that's worth. Oh, you're getting like 14 cents for 7 CPUs. That does not seem worth it. So maybe it's not profitable on GPUs at all or CPUs at all. I haven't really talked to anybody, but that's definitely interesting. Hold on one second. Trying to send something to Red Panda before I forget. I'm going to go for another probably 15 to 20 minutes. I don't really like... This is one of those weeks where like I'm still kind of getting over my cold. It definitely feels like there's not much going on. I'm definitely a little bit... Wait, Jock Miner says that doesn't sound right. Let's see. Matt Electron says 96 kilohash on Kyla. Matt Electron, can you tell me how much you're yielding a day? Because I'll put it in and see how much we're making. Because it doesn't sound right that it's that unprofitable. I'd definitely be interested to hear what you have to say, Matt Electron. Now, I do... Like, I definitely know people are buying GPUs. So, like, people definitely aren't totally bearish on mining right now. Like, I'm definitely somewhere in the middle of, like, bullish and bearish on GPU mining right now. Because I know that one of the guys that I'm working on helping selling his farm, I definitely helped him sell half that farm already. Red Panda Mining says, I feel like GPU mining is commercial now. Those who have cheap power can stay afloat and push everyone else using residential out. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting way to look at it. If I get knocked back up to like 13, 14 cents, which I feel like is coming, I'm either going to... I'm going to stay as is till at least the next bear market or the next bull run. But like the next bull run, I may seriously consider maybe changing up what I'm doing in my farm, honestly. I honestly, frankly, I do not know. We'll see, though. Like, if I end up doing pretty well off the next bull run, I'll be happy. And then, you know, I'll probably start selling off my equipment earlier. Like, maybe like 3 or 4 months prior to, you know, at least the 3070s. Like, I'll probably start selling off the 3070s pretty fast. And then I don't know if I will replace them right away. We'll see. It's a lot of wait and see, but I think Panda's right. And I definitely think it's going to be harder for a lot of people to stay afloat. Like, mining is definitely going to be more commercial, for better or for worse. We'll kind of see. Jock Miner says 6.5 kilohash equals 0.017 KCN. 0.017. Well, if that's how much a 3900X is making, I'm moving all of my CPUs to Kyla Coin after this stream. So you can definitely see a video on it. Red Panda says, in your situation, probably sell everything and just hold the cash till the next downturn. Yeah, so Panda, like I said, I paid so little for my 3070s, like I averaged about 170, that I am totally okay keeping them. And if I'm only making like 33 cents, I would probably be okay with that. I definitely would probably slow roll my way back on depending on what my kilowatt hour rates end up at, and definitely probably still mine for profits, but we'll see, kind of. But we're, you know, the state that I'm in is not very, you know, ever since we lost our we're all about to lose our unlimited power rates. It definitely hurts. I mean, I'm lucky that I was able to mine as long and as much as I have been, as cheap as everything is. But I don't know. Maybe CPU mining is the future. Maybe I'll start converting some of my farm over to CPU mining. Like sell GPUs and buy more CPUs. We'll see. I mean, I have a lot to consider, honestly. And I don't have too much time to do it. But it would definitely be interesting to see where we're at. Nerdbeast says, sorry, I had an extra zero. My last few payouts were 0.0026. So 0.0026 for 4 3900X, 2 5900XTs, and a 7950. 80 watts at the wall. So you're getting 0.0026. That's not that much either. But that's only 3 rigs. Um, Stop distracting me. Jock Miner says I'm working. Caspa's at 15 cents. Yeah, Caspa went up. So listen, I did really well on Caspa, and 15-cent Caspa is really nice for me. I have a pretty decent sized bag of it. Um, I have a number that I'm going to sell at with Caspa. We'll see if I hit it. So, who knows. Nerd Beast says you get that every 2 hours. Red Panda says, did you see that toe drag from McDavid? Oh, I didn't watch the game last night because I was kind of sick and I was trying to go to bed early and I was watching the AMD keynote. I definitely did not think that Edmonton could beat Dallas. I am floored that they beat Dallas, honestly. And I am trying to figure out who I think is going to win the next round, the finals, and I don't know. I'm gonna do some hockey talk actually, probably in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do 10 more minutes of where we're at now. Please smash that like button. We've got about 27 people watching. I really appreciate it, especially for a stream on the fly. But I'm definitely gonna start looking at some things. One thing I was also looking at was maybe salad. Now 3070s don't have enough VRAM for them, which is a bummer. 3060 Ti's do. So I might take a 3090 and a 3700, or I might take a 3090 and a 3060, as I own one of each, and I might put them on a salad rig. I might set up 2 rigs on salad. So we'll see. That'll be definitely interesting. I got to figure out how to even keep the GPU supported on the frames I have. So yeah, we're going to do another 10 minutes of just talking about mining and Computex and anything like that. And then I'm going to do the final 10 minutes. I'm going to talk about hockey because I definitely wouldn't mind talking about hockey. I am going to definitely probably move my CPUs to Kylocoin. I don't think it'll hurt. So that'll be probably the plan after I finish filming today's video on Rigel Miner. And then I have tomorrow's video I got to finish filming as well. So I got a lot of stuff to do today. Actually. So yeah, again, please smash that like button, everybody, and thanks for watching this impromptu stream. It didn't, I didn't think I was going to stream. I'm glad I did. I'm always glad to talk to you guys. It just definitely feels like a Monday in terms of what's going on. Oh, let's see, the parts that I forgot. This is Vast AI, Salad, Random Renting, crap. You open up your network. He says, forget Fast AI, Salad, Random Renting. You open up your network to hackers. Why do you say that, Zapirate? I never got into renting. I thought about it because it seems like there's a lot of profits there. But if I have to open up my ports, I definitely don't like that. I think Nerd Beast is getting out of here. Take it easy, brother. I'm really hoping that Computex has some more fun stuff. Deep Cool is going to be unveiling some of their stuff tonight on a live stream, and I'm going to be hanging out with them there on that. So I'm pretty excited. My Sadie sometimes says fan noise for life. My fans and those PCSP cases are actually pretty dang cool. I have some more of those PCSP Octominers coming in probably this weekend, and I'm really, really excited to share that content with you on those. Nerdby says maybe try KCN, maybe you have better results. Yeah, I'm going to try KCN. I'm going to try it after I'm going to film my Rigel Miner video, and then I'm going to try it. I actually have to run out real quick after this stream, so I'm probably going to do that first. Nothing else really going on. Like I said, it's definitely pretty quiet, but I have some pretty exciting content. I'm not going to live stream tonight, but I'm probably going to do a video covering what Deep Cool went over at Computex, assuming it's pretty exciting stuff. I love Deep Cool. They're my first sponsor, so, I definitely always a shout out to them. Let's see. Zapire says, if you know networking and VLANs with proper location, you are fine. Yeah, so I know VLANs. I don't really know proper isolation. Maybe I'll DM you about that. I mean, I know how VLANs work. I have my my VLAN PC pretty isolated. So we'll see. And And I do have that 170HX video coming tomorrow. The 170HXs are pretty exciting, actually. I have some fun stuff coming out on them. And they're all stable, and everything looks like it's working just fine. And the PCSP cooler is cooling 5 of them just fine. Let me show you. I have a screenshot I can share with you guys. Here, check this out. Oops, nope, that's not for... Let me put this in the stream. You guys can check this one out. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys. These are my 170HXs today off of that PCSP case. I'm going to run a max of 6 in one. I don't think I'm going to put more than 6 in one for now, but that may change. So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. So anyway, I think I'm done really kind of just talking about all that stuff. I am going to do like a quick 5-minute. I'm definitely going to end the stream early. I'm kind of out of steam. So it's a shorter one. But, you know, Computex has been quiet. Mining has been a little bit, you know, I'm kind of a little bit down on it if we're being honest. The Shed's exciting, though. I have some cool stuff on the Shed. And I did, unfortunately, have to kick out my hosting client today. So look for a short coming up on that. But yeah, that's really it right now. I'm going to talk about hockey real quick. I do want to say that I have no idea how the Dallas Stars lost to the Oilers. I thought the Oilers were going to lose. I think the Oilers are not a deep team, but they can score when it counts. Will they be able to stand up to the Panthers? Part of me thinks if you can beat the Stars, you can beat the Panthers. So, I don't know. And I do want to say that I do appreciate everybody who tuned into this live stream, and we are moving to Hockey Talk now, so if you want to jump out, now's the time. But if you want to listen to this, keep it going. And thanks again for watching, and if you haven't, please already like and subscribe to my stream. So I definitely would appreciate that. So anyway, I don't know how the Panthers are going to... I don't know how the Oilers are going to beat the Panthers, and I don't know how the Oilers are going to beat the Panthers. It's weird. I don't really know how each team is going to beat the other one because they are so flawed. It really just goes to show the hot hand, you know, being hot at the right time is all that matters. Because I do not think these are the best two teams in the league. Far from it. And I know they're both hurt with injuries, but like I would have never predicted this final. I would have never predicted it. And I couldn't tell you who wins. I could tell you plenty of reasons why I think each team is going to lose, but I definitely can't tell you why I think they're going to win. Like the Oilers have a really bad defense. Their goalies are awful. And I don't know how Draisaitl and McDavid are going to be able to keep them afloat. I really just have no clue how it's going to happen. As far as the Panthers, they're injured too. They're really injured. They have a good defense. Bob's a good goalie when he wants to be good. But like, I don't know. They definitely don't have Draisaitl level scoring, right? Like let's look at these. Like I don't know. And I'm pulling up the Stanley Cup final schedule right here. I just don't know, guys. I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. All the games are early, which is really nice. 8 p.m. Eastern time, which I'm pretty thrilled about. Guys, I don't know how they're going to do this. I really don't. I'm bummed we're going to lose TNT. We're at all ESPN coverage, which they're solid, but you know they're not the best. But again, I just don't know how either one of these teams is going to win the cup. I would talk more about how they're bad versus how they're good. I don't like either team. And you can't... The one thing I will say, though, is now you can't even make the argument for salary. You can't even talk about the salary cap, and you can't even talk about taxes anymore because you have a team with no state tax in the U.S. versus a team in Canada which gets murdered in taxes. Red Panda says, I hate to say it, but Edmonton is going to destroy the Panthers. Look, I don't think Edmonton's going to destroy the Panthers. I think McDavid is going to get hurt. I think Draisaitl is going to get hurt. I literally think that Tkachuk will just try to break McDavid's arm. I really do. I think Tkachuk is just going to try to break McDavid's arm and get him out of the series, and then they win that way. Like, if you told me that I could win a Stanley Cup by breaking somebody's arm, and I'm a hockey player, I'm probably doing it. As I hate to say that, and I'm not telling you that anybody should do that or that I condone it, but let's be real. They're gonna it's just gonna be, can Draisaitl and McDavid score before they get killed? That's it. Like, can they score enough goals before they just get injured off the ice? Because the Panthers are a really dirty team. They're really dirty. Dallas is borderline dirty too. And let's get real, everybody's dirty in the playoffs. And and like, if you look at last year's final, right? Like, if you look at Vegas versus the Panthers, it's basically the same Panthers team who basically plays the same style. But Vegas was 4 lines deep, and they couldn't stop Vegas, right? Like, they just couldn't stop Vegas because there's 4 deep lines. Edmonton is not 4 lines deep, not even close. Hold on one second. I'm typing something for someone in DM that is kind of time sensitive. But like, the Panthers couldn't stop them, and like, if Vegas was in the finals, I think Vegas would run roughshod over them because they're that much better. I just don't feel like they can do it. Like, I truly believe that I don't think that that Edmonton has enough grit to survive. Let's see. Jock Miner, UK hockey player, got manslaughter. Yeah, that was different. That wasn't even the same thing though. Like, you can't take that into consideration. That was like legitimately trying to hurt someone. Like, trying to like get a stick tap in somewhere. That's not like the same thing. I'm not telling you I condone it. And American sports can be kind of brutal. Like, absolutely really brutal. But I don't know. It's just hard for me to see how, it's just hard for me. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm trying to multitask. It's just hard for me to see how Edmonton can get through Florida. Now, on the same point, right? It's not like Florida has a ton of goal scoring. Like, if they can't stop McDavid and Draisaitl and Bob comes down to earth, maybe Florida just doesn't score enough goals. I mean, Florida got taken to 6 games by the Rangers, who none of their best players scored. It'd be like getting taken to 6 games by Edmonton when you have McDavid not scoring, Draisaitl not scoring, Hyman not scoring. Like, nobody scored. So I can talk more about how both of these teams are just awful versus how they're good. Now, if I had to pick a winner, you put a gun to my head, I'm thinking the Panthers in 6 or 7. But would you ask me to put money on that? I'm not putting money on this series. I would bet that McDavid and Draisaitl get hurt, but that's about it. I got nothing else. So that's really it. If anybody has a quick AMA or anything about hockey, let me know. But I think I'm going to call it there. I have some personal stuff I have to kind of attend to, and I got to get it done. I do want to tell you guys I appreciate everybody for coming on today. Thank you for joining. I'm gonna get my Zealous Miner video out today, and then I'm gonna do a 170HX video tomorrow. Jock Miner says, I cry if a horse gets killed at the Grand National. Dude, there's nothing wrong with being against violence in sports and anything. Like, I can't say I disagree with you at all, honestly. So, on that note, we're out. This was a 50-minute stream. Thank you guys again for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll have some pretty good videos coming out this week. Recruit Man.